Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I have the DJI Mini 3 with me today, not the Mini 3 Pro, just the standard Mini 3. And we recently had a firmware update for this drone, and I'm going to look at that number and put it up on the screen for you. It is version v01.00.0410, which is ironically the same update number that that is the identical number that the Mini 2 SE had, which is interesting. In any case, what's interesting about this is that it added support for automatically activating the US remote ID only when the aircraft is used with the Intelligent Flight Battery Plus. So I have two batteries here. I have the standard battery that keeps it under 250 grams, and I have the Plus battery that puts it over 250 grams. We are going to try both batteries in the drone and check that out. And we're going to see if it's broadcasting remote ID only with the heavier battery or not. And then I also have my my Google Pixel 6. I got an extra phone with me today besides my iPhone. And with this Google phone, we're going to use Drone Scanner, and we're going to see if it'll actually pick up the drone in the air if it is indeed broadcasting remote ID. There's also a way that you can look at it in the app too. We're going to look at all that. So this is going to be a fairly quick video. I don't know, you know me. If I've got a battery in the drone, we might take a flyabout. But the first things first, and that's testing this whole remote ID theory with the Mini 3. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okay, I've got the drone fired up and a screen recorder started, and we're starting with the standard battery, not the extended battery. So the battery that's in it now puts it at sub 250. Let's take a look at the safety menu real quick. Max altitude 120, no limit on distance, 35-meter return to home. Not asking for any calibrations. Battery is gonna look good. Yes, it does. So okay, we're just gonna shoot in 4K 30 frames per second. We want to definitely get a little bit of video. And again, I guess I better show you that about page so you can see the firmware package, see that it is updated to that 01.00.0410. And you can see I have the latest version of the app on my iPhone here, version 1.12.8. So yeah, again, this is just the standard battery that puts it under sub 250. So let's go ahead and take it off. Let's go ahead and take off, and we'll get the drone out there a ways, and then I'll fire up Drone Scanner as well as show you in the app here. So let's do an automated takeoff on the app, and it gives us the flight safety tips as always. Let's go ahead and take off. That's something new, those flight safety tips, at least that I can tell, is something new with that last firmware update, or the last app update, I should say. But there's the drone, and yeah, let me drop the camera down. As you can see, there's no obstacle avoidance on this drone, so we can bring it in nice and close here. Get it close to the camera here, give you a good look at the drone. Anyway, that's probably a closer look than you needed, but let's go ahead. I'm going to drop the camera a little more, and let's do our drone reverse and up. Reverse and up. In typical DJI fashion, we get a good, a really nice, smooth drone here. So picking that camera back up, and we're kind of looking into the sun here, so I'm going to turn it around, maybe get a little bit better video. You guys have all seen this area before. This is at Heroes Park. There's the Walmart off in the distance. Clouds look kind of interesting over there, don't they? That's where the sun is at about now. But anyway, let's face this guy away so we get a better picture. There's the mega Walmart off in the distance, and we're what, 47 meters high? Let me see if I can get it up to right at 50 meters. And I want to see what, yeah, there's 50 meters. We're 130 meters away from me. So we'll just leave the drone in station keeping there for a second. I am going to pull down from the top here, or excuse me, click on in-flight. I apologize. Click on in-flight, and there you get your flight checklist. And the flight checklist says normal, tells us where our where our settings are at with regard to return to home, etc. Now, if the drone was squawking remote ID, it would tell us right here in this spot that it is sending out remote ID. It's not saying that, so I'm assuming we're not. But let me get drone scanner going here, and we're going to give that a shot. So I've got drone scanner here. I'm going to hold it in front of the GoPro. You're not going to be able to see much there, but I'm going to do a quick screenshot so you guys can see. So there's a screenshot, and you can see that it says 0 drones around. So yeah, that's it. That is with the sub 250 battery installed, and it's not squawking remote ID. Nothing is seeing it. So let's do a return to home here and bring it back. And we'll switch batteries out. We'll put the heavier battery in, and we'll try the same thing again. One thing about this, the Mini 3, you don't get the augmented reality stuff that you do with the Pro drones. But let's see if it finds the landing pad here. It looks like it's pretty darn close. And it came back again. It does not have that optimized return to home. So it came back at its current height, which was 50 meters. And so it's dropping down from 50 meters. I am trying to remember if this drone has precision landing or not. Honestly, I don't remember. The Pros do, but I don't know if the standard Mini 3 does. Anyway, we'll see it. We'll let it come down here, and we'll see if it finds the pad. And it's not going to, so I paused it there, and it lifted the camera back up. So I'm going to drop that camera back down. We'll move it forward, get it over the pad. It was pretty close. See if we can, must be in, yeah, there we go. It didn't feel like it took that command at first. Okay, let's pull that stick straight down and get it on the ground. Left stick straight down. And it should pick up the camera in landing mode here. And it did. And there we are right on the H. Okay, I'm just going to hot swap into the other battery, and we'll see if it recognizes it. And by hot swap, what I mean is I'm simply going to turn off the drone without turning off the controller, and then we'll go from there. So. And let's see, I should probably stop recording. Let's do that. So I'm turning off the drone here. Drone is off. And as you can, I just want to show you that, yeah, that was that ultralight, 249 gram. This was the standard battery. And so now I have an extended battery. Let's slip that guy in place, and let's fire this guy back up and see what it says. And we'll wait for it to connect here. And again, I still have the, yeah, we still got everything going here. So it's looking for satellites. It'll take it a second here. Okay, so it recorded the home point. We've got 17 satellites. It starts grabbing them fast. We're up to 20 satellites now. And we'll look at the safety menu again just for the fun of it. Yeah, there we are in the safety menu. Just make sure it says everything's normal, and take a look at that battery. Battery is good. Let's go ahead and start recording again right now. And yeah, let's do another automated takeoff here. Clicking on that button. Normal mode recommended. Okay, here we go. I'll tell you what, DJI likes their nannies, don't they? And it tells us that we're in a altitude zone, 150 meters, which is above max legal anyway. So I don't know. Anyway, let's drop that camera down. We can let's see if we can kind of bring it out into the same spot. I think it was 120 meters away, something like that. So reverse and up. And we were 50 meters high. Not that it matters, but I'll see if I can get it up to that same height. There's 100 meters. Yeah, let off. Yeah, we're at 124 meters, so that's good enough. Let's and 52 meters high. So let me drop it down just a little bit, just to make things fair here. We'll get it back where it's reading 50 meters. Pick up the camera just a little bit, kind of get more to the rule of thirds. Give you a little spin around here and get looking back at the Costco over there. Just trying to get the sun at the drone's back, so at least the picture is a little bit better. And then we're going to take a quick look here at both Drone Scanner and what it says on the app here. So again, on the app, I'm going to click where it says in flight at the top there. And it says normal. It doesn't say anything about remote ID. And I can tell you, I tested this at home, and it told me at the top there, it told me remote ID, and it's not showing it this time, which is kind of interesting. Okay, well, let's look at Drone Scanner. Well, it's telling me 0 drones detected, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to bring it back, and I'm going to do a full reboot, because like I said, when I checked this at home, it told me that it was squawking remote ID, so yeah, something funny's going on. Anyway, let's bring it back here, and let's see if we can get this figured out. I'm gonna reboot everything, and we'll give that a shot. I don't know if that could affected it. So let's bring it back here, bringing it back to us as fast as I can. Here comes that little drone. Hit the brakes. Wow, I almost overshot there. That was a little scary. Yeah, anyway. I was full on the back stick on that one, trying to get the drone to hit the brakes. But anyway, let's get it over the top of the landing pad here. That's probably good enough. Left stick all the way down. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut everything off. I'm going to shut off the drone, because remember I hot swapped it, so maybe that's, anyway, that might be something there. So I'm going to shut off the drone. I'm going to turn off the controller, and the app will fire it all back up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I've got everything fired back up here. So let's go ahead. Yeah, and it gave me a remote ID error at the top, so that tells me that it's working now. So okay, so let's start recording again. And takeoff is permitted, so I hit the okay, let's do an automated takeoff. Okay, no messing around this time. Let's go straight out there. I'm going to go straight up and straight on out to our spot out here, 120 meters out and 50 meters high. Letting off of that stick, 108 meters. There's 50 meters. Let's take it out a little over 120 meters. Okay, that's good enough. Drop that camera down just a tad. Looking at the Costco over there. Okay, so now we know we're in flight, right? And everything was rebooted. Let's click on in flight. And that's odd. It says normal. And I'm telling you, when I did this the other day, it told me that it was squawking remote ID. Of course, it said remote ID error. Let's look in the app here, and under safety, See if we can see anything there. Unlock geozone. No, we're not. There's nothing in there. Advanced safety settings. Just wanted to see if there's anything in there. Nope. Control. I don't see anything there that has anything to do with remote ID. How about transmission? Nope, nothing there. About. Nothing on the about page either. So I don't know what to tell you. In flight, and it says normal. And I am going to check the app here. And yeah, it shows the drone on the app. So, or excuse me, yes, on the drone scanner app. So it is squawking remote ID. And I'm holding this in front of the camera. You're not going to be able to see it. So again, I'll do a screenshot. So I'm going to click on it and see what it says. It says unknown operator ID. That's because I don't have this particular drone registered as a remote ID drone, because my intention is to always fly this one with the sub battery. But it's giving me first seen 6 minutes and 30 seconds ago. Let me see if I can bring this thing up on the screen. And let's yeah, operator ID, it's telling me nothing there, that it says unknown. So I'll have to try this with one of my drones that's registered as a remote ID drone. So the point of this is to show you that the drone does have remote ID, and it is squawking. So that's interesting. We see it, and in fact, it can show horizontal speed, etc., and vertical speed. I'm going to move the drone and see if it shows that, and it is not showing that. So this app must just take as I move the drone, it didn't show any changes on the app. A little spot in time here. I'm going to zoom in on what I see here on the drone scanner app. So as you can see there, the red spot is where the drone is at, and the yellow mark there is where I am sitting with the controller. So if somebody's using this app and they're at a park that you're flying at, they're going to be able to tell right where you're at with the controller. I'm going to go look back at the Fly app, and I'm going to click on in-flight again. And again, flight checklist, it just says normal. Again, when I checked that at home, it mentioned remote ID on there when I checked it at home, and it's not. So I don't see any place in the Fly app that you can tell whether you're broadcasting remote ID or not. So, well, I guess that's about it. Let's bring this guy home, and I'm going to hit return to home on the controller, and this time I kind of went straight up from the landing point. So let's see if maybe we get a precision landing here. But what we have proven is that we do know that remote ID works when you put the heavier battery now in the Mini 3 Pro. So again, this is a drone that I will always just fly with the sub 250 battery, so I'm not going to worry about remote ID with this one. And it is not finding the pad. It's a ways off. Again, I don't remember if this drone has precision landing or not, but it's a ways off. So we'll pause here. If it comes down, yeah, we're going to pause. And let me bring it over a little bit. Get it over the pad. Oop, too much. See if I can straighten it out just a tad. And straight down on the left stick. Picks up that camera, and down we go. Okie dokie, let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. I think we discovered a couple of things there, so be right back. Hey, okay, the DJI Mini 3, not the Mini 3 Pro, just the standard Mini 3, had that firmware update that it can tell the difference between when you have the standard sub 250 battery, that it will not broadcast or squawk remote ID, but when you have the heavier extended battery, it will, and we proved that it did. Now the one thing, a couple things that were interesting there. I did the hot swap. We flew it first with the light battery, and then I put the extended battery in. I just hot swapped it. I just shut off the drone, slapped that battery in. As soon as it reconnected to the app, took off again, and you know what? It did not broadcast remote ID with that. How do we know? We used the drone scanner app on my Google Pixel phone here, and it showed that there were no drones in the air. So I brought it back in, landed it, rebooted everything, and started again. And what do you know? All of a sudden it's broadcasting remote ID. So I think potentially you could fool the drone into not broadcasting remote ID by starting with the lighter battery, the standard battery, and then hot swapping in the extended battery. That's what I saw just now. The other thing that I noticed is in the app at the top there, I've always been able to pull that down, click on when it's the mode that it's in, and it used to say at the top whether it was or was not broadcasting remote ID. I didn't see that. It didn't tell me that it was broadcasting remote ID. However, we did see it on the drone scanner app. And this drone scanner app, yeah, I'm telling you, it's something else. You can see right where the person with the controller is, where the drone is. It's all right there. And by the way, that app only works on Android phones, does not work on iOS phones. So I was using my iPhone 15 to fly the drone and my Google Pixel 6 to run that scanner app. Anyway, just an interesting side note there. But anyway, that's about it. I think we proved that this firmware update does work, and now you know how it works. If anybody can tell me in the DJI Fly app, is there a place that you can see whether the drone is broadcasting remote ID or not? I looked around in there, as you saw, and I couldn't find it. That's not saying that it isn't there. And like I said, you used to be able to see it in that flight status mode when you clicked on the mode at the top. I didn't see it there either. So anyway, I guess that's about it. Enough jibber jabber. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. The little DJI Mini 3, I didn't talk about how good this drone is. This thing is just a fantastic bargain. I think it's $469 now for the single battery version. If you're looking for a cheaper bargain drone, this is the one you want. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.